Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? It is great to be with you guys. It is December 5th. This is episode number 1023. So we got MJ plus 1,000.
Wow.
John and Wayne. We getting there. We getting there.
You're 10 episodes less than Christian McCaffrey's rushing yards this year.
Ooh, man, see? That's why Wayne's here. He keeps everything in perspective, man. I love it. Wayne, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. I'm recovering from some type of cold. I hope. I'm trying to recoup, man. That's it. You know,
people don't understand the travel and the always talking and the it wears on you, man. It wears on you. What's up, Fred Jet? Glad everybody is here. We got the chat bumping. We got Debbie. What's up? She says, good day, John, #CC and Wayne BB. Yes. Blessings to both. Thankful Tuesday. Yeah, there's a lot to be thankful for. And I am just excited to be here with you, man. We're going to be talking when the 49ers win, that mailbox lights up, man. And so I pulled a whole bunch of different topics and ones that were kind of doubled up. So excited to see what we got here. Now, I want to start with this one as we get through all these #CCs. Appreciate all you guys. Grand Day, Big Papa. This is awesome. Coach Cruz, Sonia. We got so many people here. Even the man from Hawaii. What's up, Darren? Awesome people here. Really do appreciate everybody. We even got a #John and Wayne.
I like
That's
that.
What's up, man? I do like
dope.
That. That is clean. That is clean. So here's the poll question of the day, Wayne. What is your favorite Shanahan regular season win? Because there's been a lot, but this one's got to go kind of up top. Dexter Craig reached out to me on Twitter. He says, I got this in my top 3 regular season wins since we got Kyle Shanahan. The other 2 were the Saints game in 2019.
Okay.
And the Dallas game this year. So our 4 options, we can only do 4. We've got 2019 Saints. That was a shootout with Jimmy G, the 4th and 2 Kittle play. We got 2022 Dolphins. That was Brock's first start. Cowboys game this year. Eagles game this year. Right now, the Eagles game this year is 50% of the vote. Is that recency bias?
The Dolphins game wasn't his first start. He relieved Jimmy. Didn't Jimmy get hurt?
Yeah, he didn't even start. That was his first game. Correct. Yeah.
First start was Tampa. But so we can call that the reliever. That one was pretty tough because you got this third string quarterback coming to a game. The score was relatively close at that time. And he just took
7-3. I think it was 7-3.
Yeah. And then
that's my number 1.
Ah, dang. He just took over.
Number 1.
That was the Brock era. Like that's when you yakety yak, don't ever look back.
Well, it was funny because you go out there, they were 8-3. We were starting to climb.
They were hot.
And they were red hot.
They were putting up 40 plus every game, bro.
Every game.
And then they scored as I was walking to my seat.
70 plus yard Trent Sherfield, 1 play, touchdown. And it was just like, oh, damn. Then we drive down. We get a field goal, and Jimmy limps off. And I'm sitting there. I'm next to my boy Rick and Will, and I'm like, Jimmy's hurt. Jimmy's hurt. And I'm watching him on the sideline the whole time. And then I see the cart come out, and I was like, Jimmy's out. Sure enough, they cart him out, and I throw my hands up.
Yeah.
Like, F it. I'm going to get beers.
Yeah. I was with Clayton that game, I think.
Oh, I think so.
I think Clayton was with me. And we were just like another injury to the quarterback. Yeah.
Deflated to, oh my gosh, what?
This is awesome. No. It was like, oh my gosh, what is happening here?
All out blitzes every play, and he just stood back there and just freaking crushed it. I freaking loved it.
Can we talk about all of them? I don't want to discount the Saints game.
Yes.
That was a shootout similar to Wild West, and if it wasn't for George Kittle, just had the will. He literally took he literally took a team soul. Like, because I was gonna say a man, but it was four of them.
Yep.
Like, took their souls and then got a penalty on top of that, and then Robbie go.
Yeah.
That was pretty electrifying, yo.
And that game got us the 1 seed, which got us the bye week because we had the tiebreakers over them. Kind of ruined Drew Brees' like
yeah. Which was finally, because every time we play the Saints prior, it was a Drew Brees get a call. It's something to where it goes in the Saints' favor.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
That one was tough. Listen, the Dallas game this year was just pure dominance. I mean, that's when the 49ers just enforced their will. But it's something about this game I was just at. Like, it's something about beating the Eagles. You know why? Because other than the cool fans that pop up in the chat from the Eagles fans, there are the worst. And the fact that they thought Brock Purdy was trash. That's what they did. They did. And for me, it's that game.
Yeah, that was the most disrespect both ways. Sonia, who's always on point, she said the Eagle game for her, because the Eagles thought we were trash. They never gave us respect after losing our quarterback. And they just go out there, 4 touchdown passes for Brock. Yeah. Fans all left the damn stadium. You saw it firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, all I did was chant as I'm walking out from my seat. It's a little different when Brock is here, huh? Like, that's all I kept saying. A little different when we got a Brock. That's all I kept saying. That's why my voice is gone. A little different, ain't it? A little different. Yo, like, because there was nothing they can say. I mean, Eagles fans were leaving in the third quarter, but fourth quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. But, I mean, John, you've been there. I've never seen a parking lot emptied out so fast. Like I'm like, hey, like they were out, they were gone. But nah, it's that game for me because of the way it started, and you finally saw Kyle Shanahan unleash the Kraken. Whatever if it was the Dre Greenlaw, exile from the game, if that's what it took, Kyle Shanahan unleashed the Kraken. I mean, name another game where a team had scored 6 touchdowns consecutively.
That's 1,
the
2,
key
3,
word.
4, 5th, 6th.
I like how you did 5th, 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 5th.
Right. But yeah, I'm different because the chat is saying Eagles 1, Saints 2, Cowboys 3, Dolphins 4. That's their order. But my order's different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Dolphins 1, Cowboys 2.
Okay.
Eagles 3, Saints 4.
See, I got the Cowboys 4.
Okay.
I got the Eagles 1. I'll go Dolphins 2, Saints 3. That Saints game, everybody, all the faithful that watched it probably ended up in the hospital with some type of stomach ulcer or whatever, because that was a tough one. Now that one was hard to watch, but exciting to watch at the same time. So you were just caught up in a storm. But the win was dope. Robbie Gould kicks the game-winning field goal. That's where good as gold comes from.
Yeah.
And you start that. But he's no longer with us. Neither is Jimmy Garoppolo and some of the other players. But that definitely that was the game that kind of let everybody know, look, the Niners they going to the Super Bowl. All right, here we go. But that Dolphins game, reason why did I say that was my number 2 or 3? Yeah, okay. The reason why that's number
says why Dolphins. Yeah. I want to talk about this.
Because it was the insertion of Brock Purdy. It was like, hey, Brock, you up? Huh? Put me in. Like, he was ready. It was like, you sure you want me in, coach? Nah, he came in and it didn't faze him. Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb literally took out Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, part of it was on Jimmy, but literally decided to take him out. And Brock had to deal with that for the remainder of the game. And that defense tuned up. They stopped the most potent offense in the league. It has to be that game. And then I'm sure you want to factor in their head. Like, the coach. It just had to be that game. For me, it was that game.
Yeah,
Number two.
and again, like it's all like there's no wrong answer, and
Right.
I can only put 4 answers on there, and I see some people are saying they can't see the poll.
It
That's a
happens
YouTube
to me
issue.
too. Yeah, it's YouTube.
I'm sorry, I apologize. It's in the live chat feature, but sorry. But like, there's other games you could talk about. Week 17, the Dre Greenlaw stop versus Seattle. You could talk about the walk-off Ambry Thomas interception against the Rams. You don't even make the playoffs without that one. Like, these are bonuses. But for me, it was the beginning of an era, because before that it was, man, without Jimmy Garoppolo, we're trash. And then 1 game sample size, we're actually better. Like, we got better.
Yeah.
When Jimmy went down, Brock was better from the start. And it was just the roller coaster of emotions. The Saints game, I saw Coach Cruz's comment. There's no wrong answers here. This is opinion. Had to be the Saints game for Coach Cruz. The rest were blowouts. They were. So the back and forth, that was there. All great answers. There's not a wrong one there. And there's a lot. Like, Kyle Shanahan's a damn good coach, and we've had so many good memories. We got to get to the mountaintop yet, but we're just talking regular season right now. Can't get to the mountaintop if you don't take care of business. Business has been taken care of this year.
Bingo. And look, it took a little adversity. It took a little reset, a little reflection. The bye week couldn't have come at a better time. But you had to think that the Niners were on some type of like cruise control to get to that point, and then they knew they were going to flip a switch. The execution, they added an extra piece, but the execution even started like upgrading. Like, you started to see these players like Ambry Thomas, nothing in the first half of the season. Ambry Thomas now is playing all pro football.
Playing good ball, man.
Like I'm almost like, is the whole 49ers secondary going to be all pros? Like I mean, that's kind of like what you're thinking. They lead the league in interceptions. They're still top in turnovers, maybe top 2, top 3 in turnovers. They didn't have any in this past game. And that's why this Philly game is the one for me, because yeah, it was a blowout. But did you see how the San Francisco 49ers dominated once they took control?
Yep.
And so you get 6 touchdown scoring drives. I don't want to say scoring drives because there were no field goals.
Touchdowns.
There were touchdown scoring drives. And this is in a game where your defense didn't give you the ball or give you opportunities. The Niners went and took them. Like, you know what I mean? You got the turnovers in the Dallas game. You got turnovers in these other games. But and then the defense only gave up 19 points. And one of them touchdown drives was penalty based all the way into the end zone. So like you know, for me it was just that Eagles game. Plus just, you had to have been there for the NFC Championship game to know why beating the Eagles.
Yeah. I wasn't at either one.
I know. But you had to have been there. It was not just because it was an NFC Championship game to that magnitude, but just the feeling of losing Brock, and it was tough. And then not knowing if Brock would come back. Would he be the same Brock? Would he be better than Brock? Like the unknown, all of that factored in for me is that Eagles game, because I can tell you right now, if Brock Purdy was healthy in that game, they beat the living dog snot out of them Philadelphia Eagles.
Look at Mark. What's up, buddy? Yeah, from Facebook. He says, I've watched the Niners since the 70s, and this team feels like the best of the 80s teams.
Wow.
That's saying a lot. And Mark, he joined us for our 94 watch parties and stuff. And so, like, we went through that recently this offseason. But they have to finish. And that's the thing, Mark. You've taken care of business. Now, I want to transition now. Francis asked this question. He sent me this hypothetical. He gave me 2 options. I'm going to post this to you guys and Wayne. You get 2 options. You can be the number 1 seed, but you have to play Philly and you have to play the Cowboys in your 2 games. Or
I got to run upstairs real quick.
Go do what you got to do, man. You're good. I'll pull him down, and whenever he comes back, I'll add him back up there. Or you can look at being the 2 seed, but you would only have to play one of those 2 teams to get to the Super Bowl, right? So we're talking about what pathway is there. The funny thing is, I understand this argument, but it doesn't make sense for me. You take the 1 seed, you get the automatic bye, You get guaranteed home games. I'd take that over the 2 seed and traveling too. Now, you've proven you can win in Dallas. You knocked them out of the playoffs a couple years ago. You've proven just recently that you can not only win in Philly, you can blow them out in Philly. So for me, it's the 1 seed. But, if I pull up, oh, dang, I've got it on here somewhere. Let me pull up the what's it called? The position of the playoffs and kind of where we are and what that looks like. So if we look at just the seeding currently, like if Philly loses this week against the Cowboys, which they're projected to lose, and then we win, we're the 1 seed. The 49ers currently, what's up, Wayne? Welcome back.
Thank you.
We have a 55% chance for the 1 seed currently.
Yeah, and this is why, like the Niners went, you could say all in, all out, all blitz, all what. They're making a statement, and they want to let the rest of the league know they ain't nothing to mess with. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's not what I really wanted to say. But when you look at it, like, who on this schedule, I mean, and you could get beat on any given Sunday. We understand that. But when you look at the San Francisco 49ers, they're looking pretty dangerous, armed and dangerous. Can't bang with us. We had a little moment before the show behind the scenes.
I love it, man.
But look, they're 1 game behind. I know you got Detroit in there. I know you got Dallas in there. Philly plays Dallas this upcoming weekend.
Right.
If Dallas does what they need to do, then the Niners will be in first place.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
Wow.
It's close. It's close. And so if you are the 2 seed, if we look at just the current playoff matchups, if the playoffs started today, Niners are playing the Packers, hosting the Packers at that 7 seed.
They snuck up on in there, huh?
They're playing some good ball, man.
They are.
They're playing some good ball. So currently the 5 seed Cowboys, 6 seed Vikings, 7th seed Packers. But man, you get that 1 seed. You know what I mean? You got that 1 seed.
To answer that question. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. You want to play at home. You're able to set the tone. You got your fan base there, and you're putting the pressure on the other team to come in and do due diligence. And I don't think any of those teams are going to be able to win in Santa Clara. It's just what it is.
It's different.
It's a little different.
Mosquito Killer, what's up, Eddie? Says, John, when's the next virtual hangout? We do once every single month. I don't have one scheduled right now. I've got to sit down. We have a Monday night football game, but that's on Christmas. I don't want to do a Christmas Eve hangout. I'm going to have to fix something to get something in. It might have to be during the week. Stay tuned for that one. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that one. Darren, what's up, Eddie? Says, my first Niners Rush road trip, Miami game last year, Brock's first game, amazing game. He was with us in Seattle, him and his girl too. Shout out to Jid, she's the best. Nicholas Parr, the Godfather. Look at this. I'll let you take this one, Wayne.
My brothers, always so great to see you providing a voice and opinion for the entire fan base. It's the Philly game for me since they were considered number 1. To be at both games and feel it. Wow, Nick, it was a great time. Great time with my brother Nick and the rest of the crew. Great times.
Dude, awesome. Right here, we've got Vince and John Wayne in the building. I love it, man. And I don't know. You look at the opportunities. You want the 1 seed. You want home field. You don't want to travel. You don't want to do all that stuff. You want to stay home. So the fact that the Niners are favorites for the 1 seed now you still got to have some things go your way. No doubt about it.
And they still got to win out too. You
got to win out. 5 games left.
And that's pressure, right? Left. That's kind of like pressure. But if you look at the way that the 49ers seem to be built mentally now, like their mentality is a little different. Like they realize they're kind of playing like that winner go home kind of like method, right? Look, if we lose this game, we out. So for some reason, if you just go to the Philly game, like the Philly game itself, I thought both sides struggled. I know the defense only gave up 6 points, but to end the first quarter with -6 yards and finish the game with 456 yards, like, dang, what a transformation. You know what I'm going to start calling our defense?
Oh.
The defense, we're going to start calling them, what's the name? No, I don't really like the name because I was thinking.
Wade just had an argument and lost with himself.
I did because I was thinking that the 49ers offense are the Transformers and then the defense would be the Decepticons. But I don't know if they are they deceiving? I don't know.
No, they just line up and hit you in the face.
It just hits you in the mouth. Yeah. It don't matter if you're a security guard or not. You get punched in the mouth.
I love that, man. Coach says, who is first in the East if Dallas wins? Well, let's pull up the chart and let's look at it because that would split them. It would be Philly because Philly would be 3-1 in the division. Dallas would be 3-1 in the division. So that's a tie, head-to-head tie. But then you look at the conference, Philly would be 6-2. Dallas would be 6-3. Yeah. So it would still be Philly as the 1 seed. Or not as the 1 seed, but just in the East, they would be up on that. So they still got a game conference lead there. So, but I don't care about the East. That would bump us into the number 1 spot because we would have a tie record with 4 teams. There would be 4. Well, they'd all be 10-3. Eagles 10-3, Niners 10-3, Detroit 10-3, Cowboys 10-3. But we win the tiebreakers over all of them because we've got the best conference record. We have the head-to-head over the Eagles and the Cowboys. We haven't played Detroit. We won't play Detroit, but we have a game lead conference-wise, which is the second tiebreaker there. So
a little news about the Niners, though. If they win this weekend and they get a little help from the Packers or the Vikings, they clinch a playoff spot.
Yeah, we win. If the 49ers win and the Packers or the Vikings lose
or tie,
playoff spot is
secured,
which I'm not even concerned about.
No, but it'd be cool to just have it early,
Yeah,
have it early. I like the Decepticons too. Now that I think about it, that's the defense, the Decepticons.
You can put the little sound. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I was with you. Kevin, he says first road trip this weekend. That's what's up, man. And if you are coming out, man, y'all got to come party with us. We're going to be tailgating as we always do over in Blue Lot. Come have a good time. We start at 9:35 a.m.
on the dot.
We're gonna be having a good time. We got bartenders, we got catered food, we got music, we got prizes, we got giveaways. You name it. We got TVs with Red Zone on it, so you can watch the early games as you eat, as you party with the faithful. That's going to be there. And then next week, we're hanging out with the future Hall of Famer, Patrick Willis, down at McFadden's, baby. Yeah. 49ersrushroadtrip.com. And after that, we're also going to have our tailgate the day of for that Arizona game as well, which I'm so pumped because Arizona got screwed, man. Because the COVID, they lost, there were no games. Then you had Mexico City. They lost that game. So it's been a minute. Been a minute. Yeah. And so excited for that one to kind of take place and, come down and, have a good time. So let's see here. We got a super chat right here. We got a couple of them. Let's talk about these. Jay Korn. Appreciate the hospitality and the generosity, my friend. Above play calling / athletic talent, the leadership from the coach front office is the unsung hero of this team. New standard for culture being set in the NFL. Ooh.
Well, it's funny because the Niners are always setting trends. They're the trendsetters. That means that they're always the standard, and then everybody follows suit. That's how I look at it when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers. And it's a really great comment right here. But I was fired up to watch my head coach fired up. I watched him run on the field, not one, not two, not three, but 3.5 times just to figure out what in the heck was going on. I mean, I thought he was gonna give it to the ref, and so that fired me up, and I knew it had to have fired the team up. So they definitely set the standard. The players are top notch. The culture is one of a kind. It's one of one, and this is what's happening, Jay Korn. You're going to see free agency. I feel like the Niners been doing. You're going to see I know people play for money. You're going to see free agency look a little different when cats wanting to come to San Francisco. I could tell you that right now.
Do you remember when it was like Pierre Garçon?
I definitely do.
Jerick McKinnon.
Without a doubt.
You had to pay a premium to get kind of second tier players. They're good players, but you're paying above average for their talent.
Amen.
It's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore.
No, not at all.
Gosh, I love it.
Not at all.
Nick, the Godfather's back. Multiple people tell me it's us and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Too early to tell. There's plenty of games left, but Brock gave us the poise and pride.
This is my Super Bowl right here.
There we go.
This is what I picked at the beginning of the season.
We got to wrap that present early in Christmas.
We get it Christmas. Listen, y'all saw the early season predictions, and this one, I circled the 5th on this one. Like, it's tough. It's gonna be a tough game. Not saying now that the Niners can't win it, because this was prior to me knowing that the Niners can stop mobile quarterbacks. I haven't seen Lamar Jackson be as mobile as he used to be. I don't know if that's due to the new offense, but he still has that ability. But if the Niners were able to contain a Jalen Hurts, and I'm not saying they're in the same stratosphere.
No, they're not.
But they kept him from moving this way and have to go this way. And I told y'all the Niners just need to form a wall on the outside, contain. They'll do the same thing. So Lamar Jackson, but that defense in Baltimore.
It's pretty solid. It's way better than the Eagles.
It's pretty way better.
Yeah. And that's a funny thing. It's like, you remember the narrative that Niners defense always struggles with mobile quarterbacks. Not anymore. Not anymore.
I wonder if it's because of just experience now and the discipline. Like,
Man,
you know what I mean?
Dude, right here. I'm going to play this clip because, the way that you said it just like completely makes sense. Just with the way in which that they stopped them. And so I thought that was
the Nick
cool.
Bosa clip?
Yeah, right here. He's got a couple of them. And so
this is the one. This is
right
the
here.
one.
Yeah, you get a push, and then he sees that, so his eyes immediately go off of his receivers, and he's dipping and dodging. You have a guy in front of you. You're trying to keep him in the pocket, and it's tough. Obviously, you don't want to be blocked for 10 seconds on a play, but it was an unselfish mentality from everybody. And JK got 2, Kalia got 1. It ended perfectly. It was awesome.
My favorite thing about that clip is how his face, like, he's Eeyore, right? He shows no emotion and is just always slumped to the side.
I'm
and
with you,
whatever
brother.
else.
I'm with
But
you.
when he talked about JK, Kinlaw getting his 2 sacks, he lit up like a damn Christmas tree.
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, lit up. And Kalia Davis got 1, and he did the get enemy belly. Yes, listen, when your depth is stepping up, and they're doing their thing, and they're reaping the benefits from the stuff that they sowed all season long. This team, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. And I don't remember earlier in the season, like, this team, this defense is giving me that New York 2007 football Giants vibe, where the rotation and it doesn't drop. It's not dropping. And the addition of Chase Young was huge, because now you're getting guys to get back into the natural positions, but the rotation keeps spinning. And so the 46 pressures in this game.
46.
By design.
46.
3 sacks. But the
Tim McDonald? Tim McDonald was 46, right?
He was 46. Of course there
we go.
So you have to love how the Niners took on a mobile quarterback, knowing that he was going to run. They stopped Daniel Jones. I don't care what nobody says. He's a mobile quarterback. He will run in a second. They are finding ways to contain these guys, and that's gonna be a problem for the NFL moving forward.
Yep. I love it, man. Oh, look at this. Quintessent guy. Hey, new member here. Love your shows, John and company, man. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Brother. And for all those that are supporters of my show, please, it costs nothing. In the link in the description of this video podcast platform, click on Wayne's channel, hit subscribe there, show the support to the community. I want to say thank you. You ever need anything covered, man? We appreciate you guys very, very much. Yes, now, let's stick with this D-line conversation, because you talked about coming in waves, right?
Yes.
One of the questions this year or this week was from Peter N on Twitter. He says, can you talk to me about Kalia Davis getting snaps? Where'd that come from? Will he be part of the rotation moving forward?
It's a great question. Well, you had the injury to Armstead, right? He has the knee foot issue, which I hope it's day to day.
Real quick, let's play his response after the game, Armstead, to his injury, so you could hear from him.
Yeah, wasn't feeling too great, but I think it was important for me to be out there and help my team. And I'll get some treatment and be fine.
He's a warrior.
He's funny, man. Yeah.
Listen, warrior. He said it wasn't feeling too great, but he was effective. When he was out there, and so. Will he be fine to go against Seattle? I bet you bottom dollar he will be, but they're getting production from the depth. And so this is great because getting down to the nitty-gritty of the season, the last 5 games, there's going to be some rotative pieces. Some of the starters are a little banged up. Now you can get them some snaps in there. So on how many snaps did he have?
33. 72 total. So 33 for Armstead out of 72, and Kalia Davis had 19.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Kalia Davis snaps. So that's it, man. Like that. You're rotating these guys in, and I can't wait to see Chase Young. How many snaps did he have in this game?
Chase Young had more than he had 36. But here's what's crazy.
But they ramping up.
Back-to-back weeks, he wasn't even in the box score.
That's what I'm saying.
A stat in back-to-back weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It still matters.
But they're starting to ramp up. And here, look, they'll be home this week. They'll tee off. I could feel it. A little different when you're playing Geno Smith.
Yeah. Geno Smith from Jalen Hurts, those are not the same. Those are not the same. That's so, like, I'm with you. And so I think Kalia Davis, I hope that they allow him to continue to get snaps. He led the team, and he had the highest pass rush grade of the entire team. And so 19 snaps, small sample size, but it's first game ever. It was his first game ever against Jason Kelce. It's the best offensive line in the NFL, and that dude just put it on. Maybe you could say the Detroit Lions are up there, but nah, man. I really hope he gets some more snaps. I like this comment. We got our DJ Jones back. Similar body styles. I mean, they are
similar play styles too.
Yep.
They can rush the passer, but they also can stop the run. They get the short, stocky. So we'll see. We'll just give them snaps, give them reps. But I'm liking the reps that we're getting from all the depth from the on this team.
Right.
Only reps that I had questions about was 26 at safety.
Ooh. And he played great. Like, it's funny.
I didn't think he started great at safety.
There were some missed tackles early from the safety spot, but they weren't really that much on him. I thought he played very well. I really did. Because we're asking him to do so much. He's doing a lot. And I don't know, like, you look at just like the whatever, numbers from Pro Football Focus. If we just look at the overall, he was the 9th rated player at a 68.6. He had the 2 missed tackles, but he had 3 solo stops. And
I mean, he's going to tackle. He's going to be your best tackler from a DB's perspective. I mean, everybody, there were a few missed tackles. I think about 7 missed tackles in this game. You had the one huge one on the 3rd and 19 from the rookie, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not expecting Oliver to play at the safety. Like if he's in his normal position, that's, to me, that's what was weird about that. But they corrected it. They fixed it.
I'm with you there. Now, before we move on, I want to stick with the D-line just a minute longer. Shout out to the listener, Aaron Rubin. He came up with this idea, highlighting throughout this holiday period different Niners charities. And the 49ers announced just today that their Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the 4th consecutive time, none other than Eric Armstead. Just want to say shout out to him. So he's a good dude. He's the best off the field. I know, Wade, he was kind of a jerk to you, but he does the great work. He does a lot of great work off the field. So just want to support the Armstead Project. You just go to armsteadproject.com. I put the link in the description. Working with Sacramento and Bay Area schools, and his whole thing is zip code should not define your academic success. Different things that they do, social, emotional support, tutoring, STEM program, college career trips, computers, internet service, school supplies, health fairs, vision tests, healthy snacks for kids in impoverished areas. He is absolutely one of the best people in the NFL. I think, man, we need to get this dude an award. He needs to win the Walter Payton Man of the Year. He's the nominee, but each team does one. It's time. This guy, kids, that's the heart and soul of my thing. I donated this morning. And if you don't have money, now listen to this, and this is important. If you don't have money, don't give money, but keep it on the tip of your tongue throughout this holiday. And if somebody asks you what you want for Christmas and you're like one of those people that's just like, man, I don't need anything, or I don't want anything, bring it up. Share it, spread the word. Any way that you can contribute, prayers, support, conversation, word of mouth, or financial, whatever you can give, armsteadproject.com. Go check it out. Anyway, all right, let's get to some more Niners content real quick. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Let's talk some CMC. CMC currently has, Pro Football Focus put this out this morning. He's got 44 plays this season that have gone for over 10 yards. 44 plays.
Explosive.
That is more than 24 teams' running back rooms combined. So, two-part question for you, Wayne. I think MVP is a quarterback-only award currently. You don't think that? You don't think it should be?
I don't think it is. I think
you don't think it is.
No, I think it has been, because the league haven't seen pure dominance since 2012 with Adrian Peterson. Where I need to know the quarterbacks from 2012. Is there any way you can find that out that was in that way? And the reason why I said that is because, I mean, Peterson rushed for over 2,000 yards. He almost had 2,100 yards. That's not what the league wants now. You can tell. It's a quarterback league. But you got a guy that is on pace for possibly 1,500, 2,000 all-purpose yards for sure. He's already at almost 1,500 all-purpose yards. And so he's already a 1,000-yard rusher. He's about to win the rushing title. So why isn't CMC in the MVP race? Now, I talked about this on Bleacher Report. I put up all the stats. I put up all his numbers. And the dude has a legitimate shot. Now, we're watching these quarterbacks trickle down, and you're watching a quarterback trickle up. I think the only competition really for CMC is going to be his own teammate, Brock Purdy. I think Tua's going to go down. I think Mahomes is going to stay down. There's a possibility that the odds are turning. If the 49ers continue to dominate in the ways that they do, you're going to get a CMC explosive game every time, whether he rushed for 40 yards and 4 touchdowns or for 2 touchdowns and 140 yards. Like, it's still going to be damaging MCs. Oxygen, they can't breathe. Mad tricks up the sleeve. With boxes, someone can breathe. Now let me stop. Biggie quotes all day. But no,
I like
seriously,
that your voice is like leaving and you're still just like, I have to finish all of the bars.
I had to get the bars out. But he should be in that category of MVP because he's having an MVP season. Now, they do have the Offensive Player of the Year, but what wide receiver is turning up?
Tyreek.
There you go. And I don't think Tyreek should be in the. Is he in the MVP race?
He's ahead of CMC currently, actually.
Interesting.
So, okay, couple things. You gave me a lot to work with, Wade. I appreciate that. This is awesome. So, the top 6 options for MVP are all quarterbacks. Dak, Brock, they're tied. Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Tua, Lamar. They're all relatively close odds-wise. Then there's a cliff, and you get the next 2, Tyreek and Christian McCaffrey. But Tyreek is considerably ahead of Christian McCaffrey currently.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
And,
I mean, he's putting up phenomenal stats, man.
Might be the first 2,000-yard season ever for a wide receiver.
Right.
And
so if it's something that eclipses something that's never happened, obviously they're gonna go to the top of the pyramid. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Now, you asked back in 2012 what the quarterbacks did. Okay. The leading quarterback, Drew Brees, threw for 5,000 yards.
God dang!
43 touchdown passes, but led the NFL in interceptions as well with 19. So that kind of
gunslinger. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Aaron Rodgers behind him 39 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That was pretty remarkable as well.
So my point is, it's valid. There's a possibility that a skilled player can win MVP, whether it's
Now, neither one of those guys, if we're looking, they didn't even get votes. It was Adrian Peterson and Peyton Manning who went 37 and 11, 37 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, but it wasn't even close. 61% of voting shares went to Adrian Peterson, 39% went to Peyton Manning.
Wow.
But he rushed for over 2,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. Pretty damn good year.
CMC has what? 15 touchdowns? How many touchdowns?
He's got more than that.
Yeah.
CMC has 17 total touchdowns
17
already.
total touchdowns. How many touchdowns does Tyreek Hill have?
Let's see here.
We working today.
Yeah, we are. That's okay. Give me the job, man. This is what we do. Tyreek always spelled weird. There we go. Tyreek Hill, his current stats, he's having a hell of a year, man. 1,496 yards, more than CMC, 12 touchdowns.
Yeah,
so he's 5 touchdowns short.
Yeah, but he has almost 300 yards more, 400 yards more.
He's got 1,496.
Yeah, but CMC is like 1,456. So what are we saying?
1,461 total scrimmage yards.
But so how is he that far ahead? Explains. So if this is my issue. This is my issue because I look at Brock Purdy and I don't understand how he's not ahead of any quarterback on the thing if he's the leader of every statistical category.
Everyone.
There's not a doubt. Everyone. The only thing he don't lead in is the interceptions because he don't throw many. Bingo.
Yeah, if I'm voting, and again, my understanding I think is different than yours, just to the fact that I think it's a quarterback only award.
Okay,
and that's why I think I bet really heavily on CMC being the offensive player of the year, and he still has good odds because. What's it called? Tyreek Hill has better odds currently. So if you're betting right now on MVP, Brock's not the favorite.
He's not. And he's not going to be. And he doesn't.
Dak.
Yeah. Really?
Dak currently has best odds.
So do you think the writers that do the voting, do they favor in the strength of schedule? Just curious to know. Does that matter?
Some do, some don't. There's
right. There's not a blueprint saying,
it's not public voting, and that's another thing. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's
people
just
need to know who the hell is voting for who. Like last year, somebody voted for Damar Hamlin as an MVP vote. Like, and the Damar Hamlin story is very, very important, and all those things, and all the attention. But like, that person should never be allowed to vote again. That sways everything. And if people don't understand how big one vote matters. What's it called? Patrick Willis missed 6 consecutive All-Pro years, first-team All-Pro by one vote.
One vote. Mm-hmm.
And dude would have been a first-ballot Hall of Famer with that. Like, votes, they matter, and when people just throw them away to chase some other damn narrative, but it's not public, so you don't know who did it, some jackwagon. Like, come on, man. Writers piss me off. I like writers, but some of them have agendas and whatever else, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, now, if you are going to bet, there's positive odds. So Brock Purdy is plus 330 right now at for MVP. So, like, for example, if you wanted to throw $10 down on Brock Purdy being MVP, you win $33. And if you want to bet, here's where you go bet. You know sports and you pick winners all the time, so why not get paid for them at MyBookie? MyBookie has the biggest online selection of odds, contests for all your sporting and betting needs anytime, anywhere. You can bet on NFL, NCAA, or, this is pretty fun, I love this, you can bet for the fences buy on the all-new money bag. So what happens is you go, it's a one-of-a-kind type of opportunity. You just place your bet, spin the wheel, and you get ready to score epic odds on teams, athletes, events, all those things. It just increases those. So it's like a bonus spin to give you even better payouts and better odds, better chances to win. All you got to do is sign up for free today. Use promo code 49ERS or scan the QR code next to me, and you can claim a deposit match of any amount up to $1,000. Again, that's promo code 49ERS to claim your deposit bonus. It's not just a sports book. It's a community. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. All right. Real quick, just want to throw up this one. I want to say shout out to my man Phil. Appreciate it. He says hashtag CC, hashtag BB. Great show, guys. And Phil had a comment earlier. I think I clicked the wrong thing. I had it saved. He said that the Miami game was his favorite because he was at the Miami. It was his first game.
He won the jersey too.
He won the Fred Warner autographed jersey. It was such an awesome time. And right here, Felicia, appreciate you. She says those tailgates are fire. I know I enjoyed myself at the Dallas tailgate. That was a blast, man.
Yeah, that was my
God,
birthday.
That was awesome.
I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right.
That
was a good time. Always a good time together. Oh, shout out to the man Terror Dome. I see you in the chat, bro. Awesome show earlier today. I retweeted that bad boy. There we go. It's not the NCAA. There we go. I know he's talking to me.
He was talking about he was talking about me when I asked about the strength of schedule because, I mean, the reason why I asked that question was because when you look at Dak Prescott, he's playing amazing football, but he's not playing winning teams. He's doing it against teams that don't even have winning records.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to shy away from what he's doing, but I was just asking, did that somehow factor in? So thanks, Pterodome. I knew that it wasn't the NCAA. I just didn't know. I think it just depends on the writer. Yeah. So if the writer feels like, he did it against weak teams, he's not going to get my vote. That's how they'll do it. But there's no, set standard.
Correct. Yeah, there's no defined whatever. It's just different. Now, Jared asked this question on Twitter, and this kind of goes with the Brock Purdy conversation. Can we please revisit why and how everybody passed on Brock Purdy? 49ers were the only one to put in a draft pick, but it's not like the Niners thought he was what he is. You took him at the last damn pick, so what? And I was wrong. I had an undrafted grade on him. So I was one of those that was wrong. So Wayne, why and how did everybody miss on this kid?
It's just the eye test, right? His measurables. Like, he's just not height-wise okay. What is he? 6'1", 6'2"? Like, height-wise,
barely
okay.
6 foot.
Okay.
6 foot.
Okay, my bad. I was trying to give him an inch or two. But height-wise, strength, hand size, very tiny. Gripping the wet balls is not good, right? So, Cats passed over him, and then he went to Iowa State. I think that hurt him a lot. So, no disrespect to the Cyclones, but my point is, it was just the measurables. Like, they just didn't stand out amongst the elite collegiate quarterbacks coming out of college, and so teams would have probably said, hey, we could pass on this guy, and if we need to get him, we could bring him in for a workout. But there was something that the Niners scouted, and that's why they didn't pass up on him. So no one in the world had Brock Purdy drafted. We didn't even know who he was.
Yeah. Applesauce, how does Brock change the future of the quarterback scouting? It seems fast pacing is key to being a franchise quarterback, but never discussed compared to the physical traits. Yeah, you can go back old school. The Bill Parcells drafting philosophy was you got to have X amount of starts. You've got to start 20 plus college games and play at a good high competitive level, or it doesn't compute. And the Niners kind of hit both sides of the fence. You go after Trey Lance, who was the most potential in the world, no experience, right? But you could have said the same thing about Mac Jones as well. They had the same college stats, but he didn't have the potential, right? So you missed on that. So then you used just your last kind of throwaway pick of the draft on somebody that had all the experience in the world and no potential as far as physical traits go. And I'll be honest, I've seen Iowa State play a lot. I'm a Longhorn guy. There was nothing special. He was consistent, and he did his job. But there was I didn't mind playing Iowa State at all. There was never concern, Brock Purdy's going to get us. No, it was never that. And so maybe it's the goldfish principle. You need to just surround him with some talent and good quality coach, and Matt Campbell ain't it. But Shanahan plus the weapons makes sense. But man, Brock is, dude is, he's operating, man.
He had the opportunity to, sit for a little bit and kind of sop the stuff up as a sponge. I think the 49ers started becoming more and more infatuated with him as he started scouting the other teams, and they're like, "Who's this kid? Like this kid?" And so that's what made them start to become more and more comfortable with him if something was to ever go down. And it was fortunate that Trey Lance was out for the season and Jimmy Garoppolo went down in that Miami game. So when he came in, it's just one of those things. It's the end measurables, right? It's the fact that he just has a gift. And some players are gifted and they just need the opportunity, but they don't hold the measurables. They don't stand out until they get out there and they prove everybody wrong. And it's Brock against the world. That's what it was. That's that. It just was. It just is what it is. But like I said, the Niners, they saw something in him. They saw him playing some big games. They saw him make some big plays, and they felt like he can do the same thing with the San Francisco 49ers and Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Yeah, I like that. Right. Tara says, Google Brock Purdy height and weight. If you Google it, it says he's 6'1". But whenever you look at his combine numbers, he was 6 foot and 3/8. So, it's he kind of whatever. He's 6 foot and change, which is awesome. But, you go to the games and you see him on the sideline standing next to everybody, even like whenever he's with the quarterbacks. That dude's not that he's a midget. Him next to Sam Darnold, those are two different body types.
Yeah.
Like him next to Trey Lance was comical, but you don't win based on height and weight. You know what I mean? But like you see them next to each other, and it's like, ooh, you even see him next to Brandon Allen, and it's still like, ooh, he's tiny. It's just whatever. He's 6 foot, and he's tiny compared to NFL highest pedigree players. He's taller than me. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's short. I'm just saying compared to NFL averages, it's short. But yeah, you don't, and that's the thing about the it factor. You don't know until it's thrown in there. And you watched the Monday Night Football game last night with the Cincinnati Bengals and what they were doing at the quarterback position. Good gosh. One of California's own. Going out there and just freaking lighting it up. So until you put it out there, you don't know. You don't know. And you could go back through the preseason snaps and the training camp snaps and all that stuff. It's not like Brock Purdy was amazing out there. He wasn't.
Mm-hmm. But they started to probably see some of what the it was. Like like I said, it was from him, just being the scout guy, him running the opposing team's offense every week, like him imitating Russell Wilson at the time and all those dudes, like him just being that guy. And they were probably like, yo, this kid's gonna be, there's something special. And the Niners, this is why he's here. Because when he got put out there, when he got thrown into the fire, he excelled.
Yeah, they didn't want him out there. Let's be honest.
No. They didn't. But when he had no other opportunity, when they didn't have any other choice, he went out there and defied all odds. And now he forced the Niners to make a decision where they had to move on and trade.
And they made the right one. They made the right one.
And he every day, every second.
That's the thing. I love this team. I say it all the time. It's a meritocracy. Yeah, Trey Lance got all the opportunities and then the injuries and whatever else, and fair, not fair, don't care. When Brock showed up, Brock was Brock. And right here, GOK, thanks for the super chat. He says, Brock runs this offense to a T, and the scary part about him is he's learning more and more and going to be better and better at each game. Brock is him. There were two plays. I just finished the entire offensive breakdown. Every single play, we go thruh it. The 49ersrush.com. You want to go check it out. 3 years, every single offense, defense, special teams plays, all there as soon as you sign up. Free 7-day trial. But I'm going through the tape. This dude went through 3 reads in a second and a half one time. Read left, center, right, check down. Boom, right? And then another play, CMC's wide open. Nobody's within 5 yards of him, throws it over his head and hits Ayuk on an out route. He's getting greedy. He's evolving. It's only been 1 year. You're already starting to see the progression.
Exactly. Exactly. And along with the success, the more confident, we're not even talking about his confidence, right? Like this kid is just gaining confidence. He's not done. He's not even close to whatever his ceiling may even, we don't even know what it might be. Like he's confident more and more he goes out there. He threw a pick 6 and threw a touchdown in the same game. Like that, like for a kid with 1 year under his belt to overcome that, like that's crazy. That's crazy to me. And so, as long as he continues to progress, that's all we care about. As long as he continues to help this team get into the drive of winning and doing what they do, that's what matters the most to him. He wants to be the best he can be so that his team can be the best that they can be. That's a leader. Brock Purdy has a C on his chest for a reason.
Yeah. My favorite thing is just how calm, cool, collected he is after he throws a touchdown pass. Like you'll see him throw a touchdown pass and just turn around and walk away. Like it's like the like John Wick walking away from an explosion or something, you know what I mean? Just like don't flinch. You just like walk away with that like swag. Like he's got that in spades. So my question to you, 49ers, they're the best team in the NFL. The record, okay, I get it. They're one game back. We'll see where that.
It is what it is, but they're the best.
Period. What is it that could stop this from taking place? Like, if the Niners stay on this trajectory.
The only thing that can stop the 49ers is the 49ers. That's it. It's the only thing. Only thing.
We've seen that. And we've seen that happen.
I felt like we saw it happen already, and they're over that. I'm hoping. Like, I felt like we saw, but it was injuries. If you really want to talk about what the only Achilles to the San Francisco 49ers would be an injury to a critical piece.
Yeah. And so, like, I'll say this too, injuries are going to happen. Like, the Niners have 5 regular season games, and even if they get the 1 seed, you still got to play 3 games in the playoffs, division, NFC Championship, Super Bowl. That's 8 games. There's injuries are going to happen, period. Like, the 49ers are healthy, but like, if you're sitting there thinking like, oh, they're just going to stay this healthy, that's not the way the NFL works. I hope that it does.
Correct.
But that's just not what it is.
It's football.
It's football. You got to overcome. And one of my favorite things, and that's why Kalia Davis, and I'm so pumped about this, is you get to see these backup guys that can shine. J.P. Mason, all right, Kalia Davis, Jair Brown. Like, you're getting these guys stepping in, and it's just like, oh, damn, Oren Burks, John Feliciano. I think I said his name right, Feliciano. I think I said it right.
You got it. You used to say Valence, but you got it.
I'm improving. See, I'm getting better because of coaching from the faithful. They love correcting me.
You're progressing. I love it.
Right here, Peanut Jeff, we need Trent to stay healthy. He is essential. Yeah, he made that rookie cry. Did you see him make that rookie cry?
I did.
He cried.
Listen, I was going to say there's no crying in football, but that's definitely a baseball take.
Football?
That's definitely a baseball take. But listen, Trent's a different type of grown man.
He's different, man. He got him twice. And the play, like, they were running a stunt, and Trent power cleaned him into his own dude, and he left the game for a few plays. And he was, and the next play was like a 4th and 1, like one of the most important plays of the game. He's on the sideline crying to his head coach, like, talk trash about our O-line, bro. How'd that go for you? And he's one of the best players of football already, Jalen Carter.
Well, I'm wondering if the trash talking would stop, because what had happened this past week is they were coming after. What's up, Johnny Dell? They were coming after Debo. Like they had the receipts, and so Debo was trying to keep it cool. Like, he was trying to stay cool, calm, and collected. Like, he literally was. Like, you got to give Debo some credit. But they kept coming after him, the media, then the players. And then when the head coach shows that to his team and thinks that it's going to rah them up, the 49ers got grown-ass men on their team. I want people to understand that. I don't care if they 22, 23, 24, they all grown-ass men. When you walk through that door, it's like you transform into the Encino Man or something. Like, you're transforming. I told you, they were the Transformers. You're transforming, bro. And that is what this Niners culture is all about. They bring you in. It's a brotherhood. It's a fraternity. That's exactly what it is when you join the Niners, and they don't care. They will bring you in as a rookie. You will be treated as a rookie, but you're going to leave as a grown-ass man, dog.
And they just humbling people. You know what I mean? Just walking around, just checking. Oh, you stepped out of line? Check, put you back in your place, know where you're at. It's awesome. And again, I'm going to keep saying this for a while. This season is special. Obviously, the 49ers are the best team. They're the top team in the NFL. I don't care what you look at, whether you're looking at offensive rank, defensive rank, coaching, playmakers, depth, record, doesn't matter. Nobody wants to play us. Nobody does. This week, you got the Seattle Seahawks coming back to town, baby. They've lost 3 in a row. One of those was at our hands. They give it up 72 points in back-to-back weeks. Can they turn it around against the 49ers? We're going to find out later this week on Wayne's channel. Friday morning.
Friday, yes. Same time.
Friday morning. 10 a.m. Pacific time. Click the link in the description of this video. But that's going to do it for us today. I'm going to get back to breaking down film. Wayne, take us out of here, my friend.
Hey! You know why the 49ers are succeeding and exceeding all expectations? Is because you, the faithful, stay strong. Yeah.